Hope Foundation Charity Feeding Program. My name is Caroline Ndongo. Caroline Ndongo is the program manager of the foundation, and we currently have a feeding program that runs from Monday to Friday in Ruiru, a place called Gatong'ora in Kenya. We have 120 kids we support each and every day. And the other thing we do for them, as much as we are eradicating hunger by giving them a meal a day, we also make sure that we also focus on their education. Most of these kids were not going to school, so we put them to school, and after we put them to school, we make sure they have uniform, they have school bags, they have books, and they have writing materials. From there, we also focus on monitoring their education by even going to school and meeting their class teachers to make sure they are also performing well. Because if we want to help them to have a bright future, we need to focus on education so that we can give them that education that every other child all over the world is having. From there, we are focusing on also starting a library for them. The library, currently we have books that have been donated, and we hope to use those books in the library so that the kids can come in and read and also have time to revise, because most of these kids, wherever they live, they don't have electricity, so they are not able to study at night. So the library will have enough lighting, electricity, and we'll have internet for them to even do their research and make sure they have everything. And the kids we support mostly are from primary schools, that is from the age of 5, from the age of 5 to the age of 14, that is class 8, grade 8 in Kenya. So those kids, when they clear their class 8 or grade 8, we also look for sponsorship so that we can take them to high schools where they can also study like any other child all over the world. We make sure that we just want to give them the best, as much as we are focusing on eradicating hunger, and also even we have a small farm that we are planting our vegetables so that we can be able to feed these kids healthy foods from the farm. And we also put some rabbits there so that we can get manure. That manure will help us in growing the food and healthy foods, because we don't use any, we actually have organic foods. We don't use any fertilizers, so that the kids can have healthy meals. When we came to Gatong'ora, I can tell you one challenge we had was the kids were also sick. Most of them had something called ringworms. We also had to deworm them. We had to hold a medical camp for them to have themselves checked. And after that, we continue monitoring on those who were on medication. And currently, all of them are okay, they are healthy, and we cannot even thank God enough for what He has done for us for this program. Our main aim, if we are able to win the award, is to start a kindergarten, a preschool. This area, the only school that is there is a public school. It's called Gatong'ora. They have 1,000 kids. You can imagine a class has around 80 to 90 kids. So those kids cannot even study well. So we even now, like today, someone was approaching me. They have 2 kids who have not going to school. They want me to help them to get a place in the school. And when I went to the school is saying now they are too much, they are full, they don't even have desk for those kids. So there is so much need for a school here so that we can complement the school that is there. That is our number one priority, as we also focus in their extracurriculum, because we also want to have a music lab and a computer lab, because we need to look at the generation that we have right now. These kids have also talents. We can tap it into their talents so that by the time they grow up, they can also use their talents to take them places. The other thing, the computer lab, currently, almost every other place you need a computer. And you can imagine these kids have never even seen a computer. So when we have all those things, we are going to give them an app market just like any other child all over the world. The other challenge we are planning to address is the kids with special needs. We have a lot of kids with autism, and those kids have issues with speech. So we need to have a speech therapy class where we can have trainers come and train them on how to speak and how to do some of these basic things so that they can be able also to live on their own. That Jewell Hope Foundation was actually founded by single mothers who came up and looked at our economy in Kenya and how single mothers were struggling, and they decided to come in and help the single mothers and kids. So as we focus on these kids that have been brought up by single mothers, we are also mentoring them to advise them in family life that one day we would also want them to have families. We don't want them everyone to become a single parent. And that's what we can plead with you, that I hope the little we have given you will enable you understand our program. And thank you very much. Have a good evening.